Hi guys, my name's Larry. I'm here to talk about a project that I'm involved with developing at the moment. Uh, what it is a custom application that will be integrated into a popular automotive shop management software by the name of RO Rider. Currently, this software doesn't have the capability to include a popular parts ordering system integration that is used in the newer versions of our Rider 2.0 that use SQL Server. The reason why these other versions do not have the integration is because they use an older database system called Access, which is no longer being developed with new features. So consequently, the parts company, Parts Authority, which bought out IMC, would like to have their parts ordering system integrated into our Rider. And that's where I come in. I was asked to see if I could develop a solution that would easily allow their parts ordering system to be integrated in our Rider. And if you'll bear with me here, I'd like to see if we can demonstrate what I have developed so far and how it's going to work to be integrated into our Rider. All right, so here we have a typical our Rider work in progress display screen, which shows us the automobiles that are in the shop and being serviced. And up the top right here, we see a button that I've added for the Parts Authority parts ordering system plugin that I'm developing. In this list, what we would do is we would select a vehicle, which I'll open up to open up the details for that particular vehicle. Then, once we get the vehicle open, we'll push the Parts Authority button, which will open the application that I'm developing. Once that vehicle's open, it will demonstrate the repair order lines that have been added to the vehicle at this point, and it automatically populates the screen with the details of the vehicle identification number, year, make, and model. Then we can go ahead and proceed to open up the parts ordering catalog, which I'll go ahead and do now. Okay, so now we have the parts ordering catalog screen open, where you can see that it says it's from IMC Web Warehouse 2.0. And what we're going to do here is we're going to pick a few parts that we might want to add to the repair order ticket. And we go up and hit display parts. Then we'll add a few of these parts to the list so that we'll have something in the cart. So we'll go ahead and do that first. Okay. Then once we've got the parts selected that we're interested in purchasing for the repair job, we'll come up here to the shopping cart and push the shopping cart button. And at that point, we now have the list of parts that we've selected that we want to quote for the customer's repair job, and then later on we will order those parts for the customer once they've agreed to go along with the quote that we provide them. So down here on the bottom right, we've got a button that says transfer. I'm going to go ahead and push the transfer button. So we've selected. Looks like I've duplicated some of these things, so we won't pick them all. So at this point, the only thing that's necessary is to drag these parts over to any one of these lines. I'm going to go ahead and add it to this center line here. Okay, and once we've done that, we can see that this line is turned green, which confirms that we successfully added the part to the database, and it also has added those parts to the ticket. We can see that right here where it says centric semi-load brake caliper. which we can also compare that to what we have up here. Cost $64.96, and here it is in the system right here. If we wanted to add another part to that same line, then we would repeat that process. In this case, we'll do it again. Okay, and we can now see that it also added that part to the ticket, and here it's added the line code of BR for Brembo. We can add more parts, but it really isn't necessary for this particular demonstration. Now, the other thing that this screen provides is that if there is parts associated with each one of these labor lines, then when you click on a line, a job line up on the top list, it will provide us with a list of associated parts that are tied to that repair job. It'll also demonstrate the profit levels that that job will contain in dollars and cents and gross percentage profit. Now, the next part of the project that we're developing will be to add the features for buying the parts. At that point, your shop will be able to select the components. Say they wanted to choose the two parts that we just added onto this line. We would then at that point push the Buy Selected Parts button, and the project features that will be added to that button will allow us to check the availability of the parts and the current part prices. You know, if for some reason that the car is sitting there for a few days or a week waiting for the customer to approve the recommended services, then there's no guarantee that we will be able to get the same parts that we looked up. They may no longer be in stock, or the parts prices could change. So it's important that we do the price and availability lookup first. Once we've confirmed that the prices are the same or whether or not they've changed, then at that point the application can decide what direction to follow from that point. We may have to download the card again or change the prices on the parts and inform the customer of details of that. And I believe that this button will also demonstrate the delivery process and arrival time, or if the parts have to be special order, they come out of town, it should give us information that tells us when we can expect to receive those parts. And then once we went along with all the parts prices and availability provided to us, then we can finalize the purchase order and order those parts for the customer. So at this point, that's about all that I can offer as far as the project's current status. But we will have more features that will be completed soon. And when I get those features done, I'll update this video to include more information describing those features also. Appreciate your time. Thank you.